Hi there, Libra. Welcome to your Rune Scope. My name is Amanda. I have Aphrodite here to help us with the readings this month, Winter Energy, as it is day February 14th. In case you were going to pretend to forget, just want to remind you. Also want to remind you, as always, to watch the video for your rising sign as well. If you know it, that can give you some more information about some other themes and other areas of life where you'd be focused and worried. You can also watch the video for Libra for all of teen. I did an overview, a rating for the whole year for Libra. So if you haven't had a chance to catch that yet, definitely go to the main page from channel and you can find it there. Of course, the only way to get a completely accurate reading for you specifically, instead of a general sun sign or rising sign overview, which is what these are, is to schedule a private consultation with me. I do those on Skype, and they're $5 for a half-hour reading. So you can just drop me a line at the email address below this video if you want to set something up. I'm normally scheduling about 3 to 4 weeks out. Just kind of depends. Normally, after I post the videos, it's normally when the wait is the longest. So the sooner you contact me, the sooner I can schedule you in. But Mary, your focus is going to be on people in your life, Libra, and you're going to be thinking about relationships specifically, and who to kind of break off with, who you're not going to have dealings with anymore. For some reason in February, Libra, you feel isolated or cut off from your normal group of friends, from your family. Maybe you've moved away from your friends or family recently. Maybe there's a physical distance. If there's not a physical distance, maybe there's just an emotional distance. And maybe you've outgrown a group that you used to hang around with. And now maybe you don't feel they understand you anymore, or you don't feel that they have your best interests at heart anymore. And that happens. People come into our lives and they're there for the time that they're there for a reason, but they don't. Not all friendships are meant to be forever. And, you may be some of you be grappling with that. Some of you this be a family situation and where, this person's only detrimental to you. If you've been stubborn in some way, Libra, and if you owe someone an apology, I feel like a lot of people have trouble offering that. Don't worry, but, you guys can be wrong sometimes too. I don't pull any punches on these, no sign is always right or always wrong. We all make mistakes. And when you've made a mistake, or when you've been harsh or critical or overly judgmental, it's always good to recognize that and offer an apology. There's no need severing relationships over silly stuff, over silly disagreements. So whether you are owed an apology or whether you owe one, and I think you're going to be thinking about that, Libra, how to go about it. Are you going to offer one? Who deserves an apology? Who do you want to stay in your life, and who do you want to kind of fade out? And this what have led to this feeling is that certain people that you thought were going to be there for you were not. So I have been recent events that have brought this to the forefront. This could be also somebody that you have offered advice to that didn't take it, or who has just completely been disrespectful to you in some way. So this could be another way that this works is this is just somebody that you do care about, but who is not asks for your advice and doesn't take it, or maybe you just see them setting off on a course that they're not suited to. That's going to end in disaster. You're trying to help them, but maybe they're not seeing it. So you just kind of want to get out of the whole situation altogether. And that's probably best, Libra. None of us need extra drama. We have enough of our own, so we don't need to be drawn into other people's if it can be avoided. Some of you may be in a newer relationship or interested in someone, and if you are, it could be that something you did not know about this person comes out in February. Something that they were hiding from you, something you'd be disappointed about. But it's good that it's coming out, because for a lot of you, I feel like this is an early, a relationship in the early stages, or and you'll kind of have to decide if this is. It seems like somebody may have been dishonest with you about something, and this comes out in worry. For those of you who are planning a surprise, if you're coupled and you're planning a surprise for your partner, it may come out. They find out about it, especially if it's like a surprise party. And you're going to be very, very, very upset with the idiot who lets the cat out of the bag. Because I do feel like somebody slips up and says something and you're just like, you moron. Well, I mean, seriously, here I've been planning this and you just blew it. Because it seems like you have to get your partner out of the house, out to a location, and the person who's supposed to kind of get them there lets the, maybe your partner does guess, but this person doesn't do good covering it up or something. So you're just, that's another way this can work. But another way, and that would be a relationship that's been going on for a little while, something more, solid. Those of you in newer relationships, when you're still getting to know someone, you find out something that you did not know. That's a bit disappointing. And you'll have to decide if you can move forward with this or not. Some of you will and some of you won't. Because of course your circumstances will be different. They'll be different for everyone. Definitely for those of you who are in a newer relationship, or if you meet someone in February, which is very possible. I do see that love is on your mind, all you single Libras. Definitely with a Mercury retrograde, you want to hold off and not jump into anything with both feet until you know more about this person. So it would be a good time to kind of take the brakes off, but keep your foot on the brakes and worry, because you don't know everything you need to know about this person to make an informed decision about whether or not you want to, get into something serious with them. So just keep that in mind. Free Libra. I do think that a good time is to be had, very love-wise. So even if somebody does spoil a surprise, you'll still have fun anyway. But yeah, that will be kind of irritating. I don't blame you. I'd be irritated too. Help you're going to receive in February. Those of you who are contemplating a move or a job change or any kind of big shift, physical shift, even a trip, a vacation, this would be somewhere, if it is a trip, if it's something that you're contemplating doing, it's a place that you're intuitively drawn to. So this could have a past life connection, this place that you want to go, you want to visit. And it could be that you're just thinking about it in February because you want to do it later this year, but you want to kind of decide when you want to do this. For some of you, this could have connections to, ancestral connections. It could be connected to your mother or your mother's side of the family. Could be some of you, your mother wants to go with you. You'd be thinking about taking a trip. Maybe trying to decide if your mom's going to be well enough, if she's been under the weather or not feeling too well, not doing too great health-wise. You're trying to figure out if she's going to be able to go with you on a journey. For some of you, this would be a family vacation that's being discussed. You'd be discussing taking your family to, Disney World or going on a trip as a family. And just thinking about that, there's a good side to it, and then you're thinking about the bad side to it. So this could just be, that's going to take your mind kind of off of all of this other stuff that's going on, this person that's maybe been giving you problems and who needs to stay, who needs to go. I think the focusing on a good time, focusing on a vacation, planning that, or planning a new shift, a new change in your life, focusing on that is going to be something that helps, very positive, because it just takes your focus off of the more negative aspects of worry. What can't be changed about worry, what you just have to accept is that, again, with Mercury retrograde, we've got a lot of delays. So communications that you've been waiting on, electronics can go haywire, everything's just kind of delayed. News that you've been waiting on be delayed. That doesn't mean it's not coming. So try not to stay positive, Libra. Try to stay positive. Don't lose your positivity just because things are taking longer than they normally do, or you feel like you should have heard back by now. And it seems like just sending more messages is not, like, if you are waiting on an email and you send an email asking, just checking in, and you don't get a response, sending another email, probably not wise. Just go ahead and wait it out. They haven't forgotten about you. It's just Mercury working its anti-magic. Mercury working its crazy anti-life getting on with magic. How do you like that? I was a journalism major. Isn't that great for a journalism major? The cat is really enjoying your future here. He's really wanting to play with your worry cards here. So he wants to chew on them, and we're not going to allow that. By the end of Libra, I think you will have made a decision on who's staying in your life and who's going back to this situation. You will have closed the door or decided to leave it cracked. You will be figuring this out by the end of February, and you will take steps to do that. You send a message to this person saying as much, I'm done with this situation. I'm not going to deal with this anymore. And you may not get a response. So that would be the delay in question. For some of you, it'll be a family member, whoever this person is that's what's causing drama or who wasn't there for you. I feel like a lot of you, this will be electronic. It may be text message. Because you don't even want to talk to this person anymore. Quite honestly, you're just done. So you're just going to send a message, kind of send it out into the void. You kind of expect a response, but I don't think you'll get one. Or you get one later, but I think this person's going to have to process and really think about what you said. And I think they're going to be angry, but then I think later, in some cases, this person will realize, depending on the person that you're dealing with, some people don't ever think that they're wrong. And those are the most fun people to deal with in the whole world, aren't they? They're never wrong. They never make mistakes. If you're dealing with that kind of person, this approach is probably best, just say your piece. But say everything that you need to say in February, Libra, with people you're done with. Because you're not, with Mercury retrograde, if you're burning a bridge, there's really no better time to do it. Because when you're really done with a person, if you do that in Mercury retrograde, that's it does cause ruptures. Just please do make sure that this is somebody that you do not want in your life anymore. Because if you do want them, if you are hoping for some kind of reconciliation, you want to reconsider. But for the most part, I think that you guys are dealing with somebody here who doesn't deserve a second chance. That's what the cards are saying to me, that most of you are dealing with. So, and other people try to talk you out of this, but maybe they weren't subjected to the treatment that you were. Maybe they don't understand the history that you have with this person. Maybe they're coming at it from they don't have all the information. They just be thinking of their own situation, like if this is a brother or a father or whoever this person is, and they just be thinking of their brother and their father and how it would be for them to cut off communication with that person. But their relationship is probably completely different from the one that you're dealing with, or rather the non-relationship that you've been dealing with. You already kind of haven't had a relationship with this person for a while. So that's what I'm seeing, Libra. And, it's a difficult decision for you there. I do see fun for the month in February. I don't think this is going to completely overpower it, but it is going to be the main issue on your mind that you're grappling with and trying to make a decision of what to do. And I think you're going to come to the right conclusion based on the people involved, the person involved, and your response to it. So good luck with that. And I will be back and see you in March.